scored more goals for Spurs than any other during one season, which is still a record to this day. And even...
Knows his onions, then?
Yeah, I would say so. You know, yeah, knows where the onion bag is. the great Clive Allen. Clive?
Good morning.
You're a little less nervous, probably, than I am. You know,
I am, yes. You just got to relax, Paul. I always say that to you. Don't worry. Don't worry. Although it is probably one of the biggest games that Arsenal and Spurs have played for so many years, because looking forward, certainly for the future, it is an incredibly important game and 3 points at stake.
Can you give some idea, and Stephen, this is such a huge game, and the atmosphere is like nothing else. I mean, we've talked about Celtic, and we know the Old Firm derby, how big that is, Celtic Rangers. But when it comes to derbies in England, I mean, you've played in loads of derbies, but where does this rank, and what does it feel like to play in these games?
It is quite an incredible game. I think you realise how important it is to both sets of supporters. It's the game, if you're an Arsenal or Spurs supporter, you look for when the fixtures come out at the start of the season. When are we playing against the Arsenal? When are we at home? And certainly, I think this one is going to be so important because of the new stadium, absolutely full house. A game that was delayed as well because of COVID restrictions, and the initial fixture was called off. So it's quite ironic that it's now become a Thursday before literally the end of the season, and how important it is for both sides.
Because it was a strange one, wasn't it? And Arsenal had got the game called off, which is a very rare thing. There were a certain amount of COVID cases, but the thing is, there was a lot of that going around in the Premier League at that time. But there was a lot of problems, and there was a lot of arguments about the fact that it was called off in the first place.
Yeah, I think, there was a lot of ill feeling at the time, purely because they actually got the game cancelled, which a number of people thought it was unfair. But it's just heightened, I think, the intensity going into tonight's game.